House of the Dragon Season 2 finished filming last year, but now it's being reported that they will do some reshoots in February, which is separate from the ADR sessions or the re-recording of audio to make it clearer that they already had to do. In fact, we had an actor make an Instagram post that he had just walked out with other actors from doing some ADR. Reshoots this close to release, if you're worried, isn't uncommon and could be for a variety of reasons. They forgot to film something, they need something extra to make something make sense, they didn't like the footage of what they have for one scene or another. Sometimes it's a continuity error, maybe there's a Starbucks cup in one of the scenes, or even they need to tighten up a scene. This additional shooting doesn't necessarily change the release time frame for season 2 unless it's some really catastrophic stuff. However, given the amount of people, including George R. R. Martin himself, that were watching the filming and the raw shoots, it doesn't seem likely that it's just something absolutely horrible that they have to do tons and tons of reshoots. So we're likely not seeing a delay. Although given HBO has said early summer, that means they could push back the release date and we'd never know. They really haven't given us a concrete date yet. So even if they were eyeing something like a June 2nd release, they haven't announced it to us, so if they pushed it back to a further Sunday in June or early July, you know, we'd be none the wiser. Plus, my god, the CGI for dragons and all the battles is probably taking such a long time. Say a silent prayer for all the people working on the special effects. While the reshoots will probably happen in 𝐿𝑉𝑒𝑑 studio away from prying eyes and leakers, I still hope we get a photo or two so I can speculate wildly what scenes they did reshoots for. Next and last, George R. R. Martin did a blog post in his Not a Blog, and it was super depressing. Apparently, the guy had a horrible year in 2023 with a ton of loss and death, and his 2024 isn't going much better. On top of that, he has little hope in the current state of the world and feels fans just focus on the negative of works instead of sharing the love. So the guy really is not in a good place. The Pure A Song of Ice and Fire subreddit has decided to gather fans to write encouraging messages to George R. R. Martin. If you'd like to write your own kind message to George, I should have a link down below. Hopefully it's still active by the time you click on it. Their goal is for people to put aside their bitterness and frustration for a moment and show George that he has made a positive impact in the world. I know with how angry everyone is about everything nowadays, it can be a difficult task. So if you think you can put away all your negative emotions for a second, I encourage you to support an elderly man that is really struggling. I kind of wonder if what's also weighing on him is that he basically said he has the same amount of pages done for Winds of Winter as he did the other year. So maybe all this grief and everything is also slowing down his writing even more, and it just makes him even more depressed, and then he sees the negativity and then the state of the world, and it's just a whole cluster.